As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be.
Oh man, it's 8 o'clock.
And so that'll make it a.
I don't need the spotlight. I shine just fine.
Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I am a bitch.
BravBros. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of BravBros, your favorite podcast from the bros for everybody. For whoever wants to listen, I am your co-host, Steele Russell, joined as always by the one and only Skipper McGipper. What's up, dude?
Oh, man. So, yeah, new format. We're going to be breaking down these shows, and Steele's going to run out of names for me.
No, I'm not.
Way faster.
No, I'm not. I'm back on the train. I missed a bunch of weeks, so I
You did. I
didn't have the energy to come up with a new one. So, hey, call to the audience. Send me those Shooter Magooter nicknames so I can get them in here.
Skipper McGipper.
Skipper McGipper reporting for duty, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to be covering Salt Lake on this episode.
Yeah, baby.
And we're really going to get into it because we've got a lot to talk about here.
Before we get into it, because I feel like Salt Lake, every time I watch it, gives me like Christmassy vibes. I don't know why. Maybe it's the snow or just the theme. I know they're in Bermuda right now, but just the theme overall. You know, it's like
Is it
gospel-y.
Snow? Oh.
The snow, and then like the cutscenes, the music's very churchy. It's like, oh,
It is, yeah.
oh. That was pretty good.
It wasn't bad.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that.
So back to what I was saying. Are you excited for Christmas? Where are we going for Christmas? Are we taking a trip? We're staying home.
Technically, so I'm going to the shore.
You going down the shore?
Parents live down the shore now, so got to go down there. But excited because a bunch of my cousins are going down there, so we'll be able to go out. I think Saturday night, maybe what's Sunday night's Christmas Eve. I always hate when Christmas is on Monday.
Oh yeah,
It throws everything off. And then I have to go back to work on Tuesday. It just doesn't make any sense.
What's the vibe now? Do you have to go back on Monday?
No, what?
Well, if
What do you mean?
Christmas is Sunday, do you have to work the 26th?
No, if Christmas is Sunday, you're off on the 26th. and then you go back
Oh,
Tuesday.
that's nice.
Christmas is Monday, so we're off Friday. It makes it the whole thing is just a nightmare.
That doesn't sound as cool.
No, 4-day weekend though, so I'll get into it. But apparently, all the Wildwood bars are all dressed up in their Christmas gear. So
You're gonna get a Tully nut?
no, I don't know if that one's. That's probably open. It's a dive bar. Maybe I could get a little Tully nut.
I've never had one, obviously.
What would be like a Christmas Tully nut? Just add like some Fireball in there, probably.
Yeah, or like a cinnamon stick and Fireball.
Yeah, my favorite Christmas. Have you ever had what is it? Coquito?
There's no way that's the correct.
Maybe it is.
I think I know what you're saying.
Hey,
but...
Dev.
Oh yeah, Dev's close.
Do you know what Coquito is? Or is it Conquito? That rum, like, Christmas drink? Oh, I was just going to get into that. I hope this is all on here.
This is all on here.
Okay, anyway, well, the one that I was thinking of is like a rum-based drink. I'm probably wrong about that. Steele's probably right. But yeah, no, the next best one is Santa's
Talking about
Cum.
Chambord?
No.
Okay. But yeah, Santa's Cum. Dev just reminded us about Santa's Cum.
Fireball and...
Bailey's?
No.
What was that white shit? Rum chata. Dev from the top rope. Thanks, dude.
That's basically what the drink is that I'm thinking of anyway, but that's a really good one. Or you can call it a Cinnamon Toast Crunch shot.
That's much nicer than Santa's Cum.
Yeah, but like when you want to get festive, it's Santa's Cum.
Yeah.
Santa's jizz.
Happy holidays.
What are you getting out of Santa's sack this time?
No. I just found out that my youngest sister listens to the podcast sometimes.
Oh, no.
Finley's like 16, so that I know that now. So then when you say things like that, it makes me sad.
We are rated
We are.
TVMA.
Yeah. Yeah. So Finn,
PCMA.
and if you're listening to this, you're not following the rules. You're
Yeah.
supposed to. It
18
says
plus.
TVMA. Get out of here. Don't act. You're good. But anyway, let's get back to what we're supposed to talk about. And that's a little RHOSLC. RHOSLC in the islands. I was trying to think of something clever and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Nope, I can't do it.
Just don't
But
do
we're
it.
in Bermuda. Yay. And I got to ask you a question because you strike me as somebody, I think I know the answer to this because I think you are. But enlighten me and our audience. Are you a jammies guy? Do you have
Yeah.
matching
Oh,
jammies?
yeah.
You do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fucking knew it.
Big time matching jammies guy. Huge. Which is actually shout out to last year. Last year was our Christmas show.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah. I just got the notification on my phone earlier. So that day I wore matching jammies.
I thought that was a bit for the.
Yeah, a bit. Spent $100 on matching jammies for a bit. I would.
Spent
I would.
$100 on matching jammies.
Dude. Yeah.
You
I've got
do you
three
have
pair.
do you have house slippers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
None of this surprises
There
me.
is nothing better than doing like take a late night shower, get into some jammies. The thing is, I can't sleep in them though because they get too hot.
Wait, so you
So I
put
just wear I wear them around the house. Yeah.
That's weird.
Fucking, you're weird.
Where's sweatpants?
I wear sweatpants all the time. Joggers mostly.
Yeah.
That's the problem is I've got joggers all over and like joggers are comfortable, but if I'm lounging around, jammies, especially in the winter.
That doesn't. This is not surprising.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I want to get like a little nightcap
You would with
and then like walk around with a little candle in my hand.
I'm
Like
picturing.
nobody sleeps better than that motherfucker that walks around with matching jammies, a little nightcap, and that candle in his hand.
That just reminds me of what's the Night Before Christmas? No. Fuck. What's the movie and the book? Scrooge. A Christmas Tale.
Yeah, it's Christmas Tale.
Is it Christmas Tale?
Yeah.
Yeah. That reminded me of like Ebenezer Scrooge. Like
Yeah,
before the
exactly.
Ghost of Christmas Past like shows up.
Yeah, like nobody sleeps, and you know that you already know the snore that they do.
Oh yeah.
Me, 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 me.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I
Can't hit that octave.
Me.
I'm gonna make you do that more often.
Me. What were we talking about? RHOSLC, Bermuda. Let's go. Jammies. But they're setting up for the birthday, and it's Monica's B-Day bash. And everyone seems like they're on the same page to start the morning out. Like, tensions aren't very high, even though there was a little blow up the night before. They seem to all be focused on what the goal is. That's Monica. We even get Heather and Whitney, I guess, making up. I don't know if that's what that was.
I think it was. That's it. It seemed like a sibling makeup.
That's
you know
what I
that
felt
like
like, too.
bullshit, like older sister giving a fake hug,
Yeah.
and then you make them give you a big hug, and yeah, it seemed like that. But I feel like we've seen that so many times with the two of them before.
And then we get Meredith saying, like, I don't think it's ever right to speak that way. You
Yeah,
don't
okay.
talk to anybody that way.
Which, can we just get this on record? If somebody tells you to shut the fuck up, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not. I
Just
tell you to shut the fuck up all the time.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
On like in public. Who
Shooter and I
cares?
tell each other to shut the fuck up frequently.
Yeah, usually during Birds games.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, no, we don't do it to each other. We do it to other people.
No,
around
we're
us.
good watchers. We watch the same way. We're silent.
Yeah,
I'll stand up.
just fucking quiet as hell.
Yeah, I'll stand up and walk around, and I'll say things to myself. I don't talk to
I'll
people.
tell myself to shut the fuck up.
Shooter will excuse himself for an extended period of time to avoid talking to people when something bad happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up on my phone and go watch the bathroom.
It cracks me up because he'll disappear, and people are like, "Where's Shooter?" I'm like, "I know where he is. He'll be back."
He doesn't like you.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to any of you, so he's gone. But I thought it was funny when Lisa walks out, just because I was like, "Oh, we wasted the good surprise on you."
That is
Big
like
Daddy.
prime time. Yeah.
But I was optimistic about this group because of this joke where they're pumping up the balloons and it's a very suggestive. It almost looks like a shake weight.
Yep.
Which those commercials to this day are fucking
Hilarious.
insane. Like just people, if you're not on YouTube, you're missing out right now. But this is ridiculous. That this was like for years. Remember this?
You're your bracelet.
I know. I'm actually trying to do that for the microphone. That's the shake weight. I'm shake weight.
I'm refraining from telling a story because now I know that Finley listens to the show. So
Yeah,
I'm not
see what I
going
mean?
to.
It changes everything. I know. But
It doesn't. I shouldn't tell that
just
story
kidding.
anyway.
Yeah. But regardless, it was a great joke because she's doing that, and Heather's like, "You should have no problem with it." She's like, "Yeah, that's how I get my jazz tickets." I was like, "That's
Perfect.
fucking funny."
Great
Perfect.
callback.
And everybody laughs.
Or Lisa finally understands humor.
But that's what I think that moment for me unlocked this whole show. Like the biggest issue is everyone takes everything so goddamn seriously. It's not that deep. Shut the fuck up. It's not that deep.
Yep.
Jazz ticket joke. Fucking, it's funny, man. Sometimes it can be funny and you can move on. You don't have to make everything into like a knockdown, drag out fight. So that was encouraging, but it doesn't stay that way. We'll get to that later. But Monica is elated. She claims to have never had a birthday like this. And I'm going to again approach this episode without outside noise coming in here because we're getting a lot of he said, she said currently where, when we get to it, they're going to say that, Monica's family said they couldn't come over and film. And then a lot of people are saying like, oh, did the family ever even invite her? And now we got receipts from Monica. It's text messages with like production and all this other stuff. So it all seems to be real. And because there's like we don't know what the underlying issue is. They're saving that for the end of the season. It looks like I can't speculate any other way other than take it at face value. So that's what I'm going to do. That's fine. You speculate. I'll face value it. And then we'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
But she's recapping about LD and Linda didn't show up to couples therapy after she was the one that suggested it to her. She wanted to go to Bermuda, but Monica didn't want her there. And because she didn't want her to come, I guess she sabotaged the trip, which again, we'll get to. But that was the whole issue in the beginning of the episode was My mom wanted to come. I didn't want her down here, and now she's feeling some type of way about it. She refused to go to couples therapy. She's not showing up on that end. Why would I invite her to this?
Yep.
Which makes total sense.
Makes total sense.
That it resonates. I'm like, all right, fine, I get that. But we get Lisa and Monica, and this is when we finally get to start talking about my favorite rumor we've ever had, and that's Angie being part of the Greek Mafia.
Yep.
We can really start diving into this because we've been teasing it and we haven't been able to bite off a piece yet. And this is exactly what I want to discuss because we get the rumors come out and that Meredith sent the whole story now. This is definitely Meredith. Meredith called Monica and said, "Did you get a DM? Check your DMs." She checks her DMs and now, there's a DM in there from somebody with 16 followers that has all these records, actual pictures of legal documents, all this other crazy shit. So now I do believe Meredith's behind it. Where do you stand?
That's exactly where I stand. I said this last week, and Matt Rogers said that I was crazy for saying it.
Yeah, you did.
And that's exactly what I thought. Everybody thinks, and this is Meredith's MO, that Meredith isn't tech savvy enough to be able to do something like this. You don't have to be tech savvy to set up a fake Instagram. People do it all the time.
It's easy.
You can do it as much as you want. You can have 15 different accounts out there. I mean, that's how we started our BravBros account. We just threw one out there. Why not?
Yep.
But she absolutely did this. This is just a nail in the coffin. This is Monica recounting exactly how all of this went down. I like that she brought Lisa in to talk about it first. She did this before, but this seemed different. When she was talking about the Angie and Sean rumors and she brought in Whitney first, it seemed like she was talking shit.
Yeah.
She wanted to just like give a little rumor out there, maybe make friends with Whitney that way, which is always kind of dirty and sleazy. This seemed like, I don't know how to approach this. This is weird as hell. And the way I think that what pushed this forward, because it seems like this happened weeks ago. Like this isn't new news. This is something that just popped off. I think the way that Meredith was acting the night before, when it was just Monica and Meredith sitting in the kitchen at the end of the night, where Meredith's like, I don't know, I have to catch up on my DMs. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's true, but I didn't read that one. It's like, now you're being weird.
Yeah.
Something's really weird. You called me and told me to go check my DMs. I found it and said, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. You had a full discussion with me. And now you're sitting back saying you don't know?
On camera.
Weird.
Yep.
That's very weird behavior. I like that Monica, I'm assuming this is what she did, realized that that's very weird behavior, brought Lisa in because she doesn't know how to handle it. I'm not going to go straight to Angie and just start a bunch of shit because Monica and Angie, I guess they were friends through Jen Shaw, but...
No, they were friends. Then they had that weird falling out because of the party, and now they're back to being friends.
It's like 50-50 where Monica doesn't know how to approach it, and she's also in a good place with Lisa now, and she wants to keep that going.
Yeah, I thought that part definitely where she's like, this is an easy in with her where we can like bond over a third party, and Lisa's going to latch on to it because it's Meredith. So I think it's both. I want to get myself ahead of this where I don't want to like get blindsided by someone saying, well, Monica said. And also, it puts her in good standing with Lisa, which I think is important for a lot of people in this group. But I love that Lisa clocks Meredith immediately and like calls out exactly what we say all the time, which is this is how she does things. And this is her using you to do her dirty work. And I love that this group is aware that that Meredith tries to put people into play.
Yep.
Not so much that this is Meredith behind the scenes, but yeah, Meredith's actively using you to try to stir some shit up. So like they know what she does. And later, the whole table calls out. Like, this is you, Meredith. We all know it.
Finally.
Yeah, which is so nice to see. But while they're in the Sprinter van headed to jet ski, Angie says they should all rap. And I know how much you like freestyle rapping and people doing it spontaneously. So I didn't know if you wanted to take this opportunity to do an Angie K rap. No? Like, I'm at Angie, the Don. I got it going on.
I don't want to do that. I can't. See, that's the thing. I got
business is plural. I'm a Greek phenomenon.
I've never wanted to do that, and I hate when other people do it, so I can't be hypocritical and be like, yeah, I'm going to sit here and do a rap. Only I can do it.
They call me Angie. I'm a hero, but I spell it Gyro.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. I can spit mad rhymes. I can keep going.
Don't. Just don't do this to me.
You just do an easy one. My name is Angie, and I'm here to say...
No.
God, you're no fun at all. I want to keep going.
I know you want to keep going. We don't want to... I'm not getting bogged down by some Angie K rap.
I wish we could have heard the rap. She listens to the Humpty song on repeat, so I can't imagine what her rap style is. Yo, my name's Angie. A to the NG. I'm Greek, so you know me. What you want for lunch? Spanakopita, please. All right, I'm done.
I was trying to think of something that rhymes with Sasaki, but
You should say it right, and then you can probably do it.
how do you say it?
Is it Zeke?
Oh. Well, there you go.
I'm freaky, sneaky, smooth like tzatziki.
That was pretty good too.
I could keep going.
Just stop.
Okay,
Just
fine.
move forward.
Okay, Spinner
You're making me
Van.
uncomfortable. I'm
We're on
sweating
the
over here.
Spinner Van. And Monica brings up Heather's daughter's sex life. And this is the caveat for what happens later. And I see both sides here. Because the one side, and I very much see Heather's side where it's like, I don't want to talk about my daughter's sex life.
Yes.
Totally fair. I also, because it comes out later that it's more than that, it's not just about the daughter's sex life. Heather's just very uncomfortable talking about sex, it seems like.
I would say that's very true. However,
The daughter thing definitely
the daughter
plays.
thing doesn't. Yeah, just don't bring that
No,
up.
that's
fucking
weird.
Weird.
Yeah,
The
and then for you to
daughter's-
react the way that you did, where it's like, oh
and
my God.
that's that you can chalk it up as like a difference in parenting, which is fine. If you want
Totally.
to raise people differently, it seems like the way that Monica raises her daughters, she's a very close bond. She looks at her oldest daughter pretty much like a younger sister.
Yeah.
She asks for advice.
Which
from
I
her
don't
oldest daughter.
actually agree with.
I don't like that at all, really. But
Keep
again,
her out of your mom's shit.
yeah. But you know what? Maybe Monica doesn't really have anybody else to talk to about that,
She
so she
doesn't,
talks
but
to.
that's still like, and I don't want to drag her parenting by any means. I'm just saying you're asking a lot of a 15-year-old or
Her
16-year-old.
15-year-old, 16-year-old daughter is more mature than Monica is.
That's a problem.
That is a big problem.
That's what I'm saying. You're putting
But-
a lot on this child.
Monica is now pushing her values, her like parenthood on somebody else. You just don't
You
do
don't.
something like that. Like it's an uncomfortable topic. Nobody wants to talk about that. It's weird. You can't get mad about it that Heather doesn't want to talk
No,
about sex
that's what
and
I'm saying.
chalk it up as like a Mormon thing, or is this is just like a community thing with Utah? It doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, well, you're actually the odd one out,
Right.
and a lot of people that are watching right now are very uncomfortable right now.
Right.
You can't then compare that to Heather not wanting to talk about sex later. I think it's two different things.
I do in the fact that I agree. Like her to get defensive about the sex thing, like, yeah, that's weird. Don't talk about that.
Yes.
But she's clearly, I don't think she's comfortable talking about sex in general.
I think that's true too.
Like that's my point. I guess
Yes.
both things can be true. But Linda strikes again, and I guess she took it upon herself to text or call the family in Bermuda and throw a wrench into their plans. So now they are no longer going over to her family's house where she's been talking about this nonstop. Like all she wants to do is reconnect with her long lost relatives in Bermuda, learn about her grandmother, XYZ, all that stuff. Like I said, we have gotten texts and receipts out in public about her talking with production and saying that we can go to this person's house. Wait, now we can't go to this person's house. I'm not saying that's damning evidence. It could be fabricated. But given Linda's behavior that we've seen on TV, this is all very plausible.
It is very plausible. And I know you said that you're not going to speculate. I'm going to speculate.
Yeah, we need both.
I don't think the family was ever on board.
You don't?
I think maybe when Monica reached out to them, she said, "Hey, I'm coming to Bermuda. It would be really nice to stop in and chat and, get to know you guys and maybe look through some old picture albums." And that's something that she was really excited about. She probably neglected to mention that there were going to be cameras. This
They
is gonna be on
did. They said
TV.
something about they didn't want to be filmed.
Yes, which is way more plausible. Linda is a villain.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
is completely separate. We know that she is more than capable of doing something like this. However, Monica's no slouch herself. She could have already known that she wasn't going to be able to go to that house, painted her mom as an even bigger villain, and then acted like all of a sudden they just canceled it.
Potentially.
That is a possibility. I don't
also
know.
plausible.
I think I'm like 80-20 right now that the family just didn't want to get filmed. They don't want to be on TV. They haven't seen Monica in 30 years. Now you're going to come in there with a camera crew and do all this. Respect privacy.
Yeah.
Maybe go just do that on your own. Like, you don't make your family a fucking plot point your first season of your housewife career when you haven't seen them in 30 years. That's super uncomfortable. I just don't agree with any of that. But look, if they were on board from jump and they really wanted to do it, then sure, go for it. But I don't think that they were ever that comfortable with it.
I could see that being a thing too. I don't know. I don't know if we'll even ever get the answer unless like her relatives speak out. But
No, and Linda will say something on Twitter, and she should get her Twitter blocked.
yeah, I agree. But we get to the beach and we play a little beach game, and it went surprisingly well.
Very
honestly.
surprisingly
They
well.
play Boink, Marry, Kill with just the husbands in the group, and they even have an out with exes, and they didn't use it, which I thought was really funny,
Right.
except one person. But the fact that Lisa, who brought this game up, can't say that she'd fuck somebody else is stupid. The fact that
Except for
Meredith,
Idris Elba.
that was funny. That was a really
I'd fuck
funny bit.
Idris Elba.
Who wouldn't fuck
Right?
Idris Elba?
Kidding
Let's
me?
be real here. I don't care where you stand. You can't look at Idris Elba
Or
and
sit.
say, or sit. You can't look at that man and say,
Or
I
crouch.
wouldn't fuck him.
What?
What?
Huh?
No, I stand by it. Who wouldn't fuck Idris Elba?
I'd kneel by it too.
Hey. But anyway,
It's funny that nobody. The best answer possible could have been Monica's ex's brother-in-law, or
Yeah.
Monica's brother-in-law.
done.
Would have been
So
the best
easy.
answer ever.
So easy, but instead,
Nobody's funny.
only one person says that. Who was it? Angie, I think, says that. But the rest of the group, I thought was funny. I was waiting to see who took offense to them killing their husband.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. Nobody did,
Nobody
thank God.
did. Good job.
Now you go.
For the husbands?
Yep.
All right. Boink, marry, kill. Salt Lake husbands. Let's go with. Everybody's gonna say Boink Seth,
Seth.
and I don't really get it.
I'm gonna boink Seth because I need to understand. I know I got to know why. I need to understand.
You gonna boink him in the bathtub?
Yeah,
We
just
play,
to stay,
play
consistent.
bang clue.
We're gonna play.
Boink in the bathtub
gonna
with
play-
a toe in my
I'm
ass.
gonna play toe taint with Seth.
toe taint. No, yeah, I'm gonna. It's kind of tough, honestly. Probably boink JB husband boss.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Marry Seth.
All right.
Seth at least seems kind of fun,
Yeah.
maybe ish.
Okay.
Compared to the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not really that glamorous.
It's not that glamorous. It's
No,
a
it's
sad life.
just not. And then kill Mary Cosby's grandfather.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wild card. Didn't see that
Yeah.
coming. All right. I'm going to marry JB husband boss. He seems very supportive, even when he's not being talked to. I'm going to boink Seth because I gotta know what's going
Gotta
on.
figure it out.
Got to get to the bottom of that, and I'm gonna kill Justin because I think he's sneaky, the worst husband out of all of them. I think he gets away with it because he
That's
seems
fair.
nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, the game goes fine. Everyone gets through without fighting, which is really nice. But then Lisa and Angie take a little stroll down the beach, and Lisa informs Angie about the Greek Mafia rumors. And Lisa is 100% anti-rumor. She doesn't think any of it's true, and she leans in on Meredith to Angie. She's like, I know it's her. She did the same thing with me in those SEC filings last year. She does this shit all the time. She did it to Jen Shaw. She had all this secret information, and it comes up out of nowhere. And this is what she does. She sends somebody off to do her dirty work while she stays on the side clean. And I'm glad that Lisa's calling her out because I really, truly believe that if Meredith is going to have any kind of reckoning or come to who's this moment, she needs Lisa at the forefront because she's the only one that can drive it far enough. I think that Meredith can deflect all the other women. I think she can put them to the side and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm not listening. But I think Lisa is so relentless and loud that she's going to keep hammering it down till Meredith finally budges.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true. Do you think that ultimately Meredith was a witness for Jen Shaw? Or against Jen Shaw, rather?
Ooh.
She dug up enough dirt and that was the reason why she ended up going to jail.
I don't
That'd be fun.
think so, only because
And then Angie, what if Angie goes to jail? What if Meredith's right? What if Meredith is correct? And
she's in the
Angie
Greek
goes
Mafia?
to jail too.
Then Meredith's
Meredith's just
she better
throwing
go
people in
hide.
jail.
She better go hide. She takes down the Greek Mafia Don.
Just keep on going.
Angie the Don.
Who's next?
Ange the Don.
Ange the Don. We're gonna have to get a good nickname for Meredith if she ends up being right, though. She's a fucking assassin.
She's the silent assassin.
Yep.
Moving on from there, Monica at least goes up to Angie and or no. Moving on from there, we get a scene with Angie and Monica, and Angie lets Monica know, I know about everything. And Monica seems a little nervous because she's afraid that this is going to turn into a situation where she's talking shit again. Angie takes it the right way, and they have a discussion about it. Pretty much everything that we already know, but this at least shows you that they're in good standing together, which is good to see that
It's
they're on
good
the
to
same
see.
page.
Yeah, I was surprised that Angie had that stance, though, because we did see how she reacted after the Sean rumors came through. She told Monica basically to not do that ever again. Don't go to somebody else before you come to me. If you have a rumor about me, come to me directly. Monica did not. She
I
went to
guess
Lisa
it's
first.
the
Now all of a
context.
sudden it's, oh no, definitely not mad at you at all. Just tell me everything.
I think it's
What-
the
what?
context of the rumor. What?
Yeah, I
think
guess.
that's what dictates whether or not
I
it's
don't
cool.
know which one's better or worse.
The Mafia one's cool.
Mafia one's sick.
Yeah, that's like a cool rumor because now,
I would lean into it.
well, even if I would just be ambiguous about it. I would just be like,
don't give anybody answers.
exactly. So then people
Maybe
don't
start a fake Instagram and start sending Meredith stuff.
do that, or just if you don't address it and then people think you might be, they're going to be scared to death of you. No one's going to fuck with you then.
I would start a fake Instagram and I would go back into old pictures of myself with like old relatives back in Greece
and just post
and then circle somebody and then send it to Meredith and say, who's this guy? I think that this is one of the Dons over back in Greece. And then Meredith would just like get going.
Back in Mykonos.
When she eventually gets caught up on her DMs.
I like that actually. That's a better play. Then we get to the party and they're at the Grotto Bay Cave and everyone's dressed like a pirate, or they're supposed to be. I know, dude, I would eat there. But they are supposed to be dressed like pirates. They're not all dressed like pirates. Lisa's definitely not a pirate. Everyone else close.
Yeah, Lisa's a buzzkill.
I know. Just do the
do something.
Do it. It's fun.
It's
okay.
Wear a bandana on your head. Like, it's funny. Not the end of the world.
No, not at all.
That's all you would have to do. You have the gold. You have big hoop earrings. You've got gold on your belt. Put on a bandana and you're good.
That's it.
That's all you have to do and you're going to be fine with me.
You were so close and you missed. But again, I say it all the time when we see these situations. Don't be the person at the Halloween party that's too cool to dress up.
Yeah.
Because then you stand out. You don't look cool. You look like a dork because you think you're cool. That drives me crazy. But while they're there, this is where the sex talk kind of explodes. No pun intended.
Explodes?
Yep. And the whole sex shame thing and all that, like people take subtle digs, but then they decide to play a game. And I knew that the games could not continue to be good. They had to.
You had one good game. Don't push it.
Yeah, exactly. But they start playing a game when the last time you had sex was. And that's not that damning. I didn't think this was going to be a crazy scene, but this does highlight the fact that this group does seem somewhat uncomfortable with the
topic. They're a little sheltered about it, yeah.
And I think that because we're so used to these groups of housewives being so open about it, that this was more of a surprise to hear that everyone's like, ooh, like, I don't know, yesterday.
Honestly, like this juxtaposed,
if you will,
to Miami where they find a dildo in Kiki's room and they start playing with it. A dildo. That's super funny. Like this group will not talk about sex at all. The other group, hey, we found somebody's dildo. Let's go play with it. Like that, it's just complete polar opposites. It's super funny.
Could you imagine if this group had a similar scene where like somebody gifts them all a vibrator or something like that?
Oh God, I don't think they'd be able to handle that.
It would be a heart attack.
We need to see one or two of these people go on a trip with. I guess Candy from Atlanta would be great.
That would be perfect.
And then she gifts everybody a dildo from her store.
The peach fuzz. What was that vibrator that looked like a peach?
Yeah,
Remember that from the show?
Crazy.
You should give them all that, and then don't tell them what it is though. They have to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to figure out how to use this thing.
Give me a vibrating.
I just want to see Meredith's face when when she opens the box.
What's this?
What's in the box?
But Heather goes off, and she's furious because she's the only quote unquote single one in the group. And why would you ask this question? They're all married. It's not the same thing. To me, that just makes it seem like you haven't had sex in a long time, which is fine. And if you're not comfortable answering, just be like, oh, I'm not comfortable. And like, I guess it's a rock and a hard place because she doesn't want to be embarrassed. But the way that she goes about it is then acting like she's insulted by even bringing it up. And because she's the only single one there, it's fucked up. But meanwhile, Monica's definitely single. Just because she hasn't signed the papers yet, like they're not still in a relationship.
Yeah, I that was just Heather deflecting even more, and it didn't make any sense to me. Like that's a very obvious thing.
Yeah, and then
don't say she's in. This is where I do agree with Monica. You can't call yourself a bad Mormon and now not talk about sex. That makes absolutely no sense. You can't call yourself a bad Mormon and then question whether or not she's going through a divorce. She's single. Like it's very easy. It's very plain. It's very black and white. And you're trying to make it completely murky just so you can get out of this conversation that you have such a hard time with. Just make something up.
That's all.
Who cares?
Yeah. Last week. Done. Period. Yep. You don't have to explain it. No one's going to ask you again. They might say, oh, who? And you'd be like, oh, I'll never tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
That's it.
I don't know. I don't get it. But Whitney finally, somebody says it. We say it all the time. No one else says it on these fucking shows. Whitney, we should just not play games anymore. You shouldn't.
It's a good point.
Because it never works out. It never. You guys did it. You did what no other Housewives franchise could do. You had a game that went well. Fuck, marry, kill the husbands, which could have gone horribly. And it went okay.
Honestly, that one should have gone horribly, and this one should have been fine.
That's what I'm saying.
It makes no sense.
But what?
Maybe that's what happened, though. Maybe they thought that they could land another one. Like, ooh, well, that one was pretty dicey, but
2 for 2.
We got through it pretty good. 2 for 2. You want to try it again? This one's a little easier.
But Angie ends the awkwardness by stepping in and saying, I'm going to take the heat off of you guys. Let me just do this for you real quick. Let me do you a favor. Hey, Meredith, what the fuck? and calls her out for all of the rumors and everything. And this is where when Meredith gets caught in a lie, it's so blaringly obvious because this whole group starts going in on her, and it's led by Lisa and Angie. If you pay attention to how she's responding, I never said that. I never made those claims. I never said that she made those claims. We know what you're doing. You're implying that somebody else made those claims because this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You set it up and you walk away. And Lisa finally calls it out at the table in front of everybody. Whitney calls it out at the table. Everybody at the table who has had the same experience with Meredith. It's the same MO.
Yep.
You're like, dare I say it, Ted Bundy. You got an MO. You got a rap. We know how you do things.
Don't do that.
Nope. God forbid you can't do a metaphor. But this is you. It's got you written all over it. And she just keeps trying to deflect with the semantics game. And anytime that Meredith is playing semantics, you know that Meredith is lying. And I think that she is 100% behind the DMs. I think she's 100% behind the legal documents. And I think that she, for whatever reason, has taken it upon herself to try to oust Angie. And I don't know why.
I have no idea why. Like, there's got to be some sort of underlying factor that we're not privy to as to why Meredith has such a deep-seated hatred for Angie. Or maybe she doesn't. Maybe she just likes to play in people's lives like this. Maybe that's what she likes to do on this show specifically. I can't figure it out. There's no motive here for me.
It seems exhausting.
It's got to be exhausting. But you know what? She's probably bored sitting at home doing that podcast with Seth. And then what else am I going to do? All right, well,
the Meredith Marks.
I've got some time off until we have to start filming again. So let's
she does run like the Meredith Marks business. Like she has a lot of stuff that she does. Like she's a businesswoman. I'm not going to take that away.
So she sits at home and she's bored as hell because she's got other people that are doing her businesses for her.
Perhaps.
Probably. And this is what she decides to do with her time. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Nope. Nobody's making any sense of it either. Everybody's at least pointing it out, and that's great. But Meredith is just sitting there still calm. She's not losing her shit.
She never does.
She's not freaking out. Like, even when she's being accused of something really bad, she never quite blows her top off.
No, but
it's
you would
weird.
think that it would be like not proving her guilt, but instead I think the opposite.
Yeah,
'cause I'm like, you
that's the
just
weird
look
part.
guilty as shit right now.
She's smiling too.
She's smirking and she's like,
sipping
I
her
never
wine.
said that.
Yeah, I don't really get
never made those claims. I don't know. But what it does give us is the first authentic moment with Angie as far as her going off on somebody. This wasn't scripted. This was off book. And because of like the $170,000 in taxes that are owed and like bankruptcy and all these other weird claims that Meredith's files seem to say, Angie drops, I fucking love this line when it hits and it landed. She goes, Google me. Google me. I'm worth millions of dollars. I do millions of dollars of business every year. Angie K, Mama K built this empire. I was like, fuck yeah. That's a good, she just tore her apart.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a read from Angie that I did not expect. And it's because it was real.
She's the Don.
She's
what
the
do you
Don.
expect from the Don? She's
Can't
gonna
push
do
the
it.
Don too far. I know
Nope.
that she's Greek Mafia, but if I do a Greek accent, I might insult somebody.
I am
I'm gonna
happy
stick with
to
Italian.
because first off, she started the whole thing off by saying, "Let me wet my whistle real quick."
Oh, yeah, let
before
me
I
just-
get into this. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Before I
She didn't get emotional about it, which
No.
is nice. I mean, like, yeah, you could say that towards the end it was emotion, but she didn't get sad about it. She wasn't hurt, quote unquote. It wasn't any of that bullshit. She stood firm.
Yep.
She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? This is nuts," and came after her. So I hope that more people do. But we've seen this before. When people go after Meredith, she gets in some sort of shelter. She doesn't talk to anybody but people that are close to her. She didn't turn on Monica, which was weird.
I know.
Maybe that's still to come because if
we're gonna
if you're-
see that.
We're gonna have to see that because she did think that she had a friend in
I
Monica.
thought I could trust her, but I guess I can't trust anybody around here.
You're the one who can't be trusted,
No.
and that's the funny part. That's the ironic part is she's throwing all this shit out there that she started, and now she's gonna turn it on somebody else and act like you're the bad friend. Like,
Yes.
you're a terrible person.
Well said, but Lisa is determined to get to the bottom of it. She says she's going to set her security team on it, her cybersecurity team, and look, make all the jokes you want. If she runs Vita Tequila and it is as successful as it does seem to be, I guarantee you that they have a cybersecurity team.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen. People questioning if she had a cybersecurity person makes me wonder if they even know what a cybersecurity
I don't
person
know
is.
if they do because, like, to protect their business and all of their everything they do
All
is
banking is online.
Yeah,
Your
everything's online.
website, all of your orders. Like
Yeah.
there's a ton of
their
shit. online.
cybersecurity protects probably their entire company. And
Yeah.
they're probably very good at their jobs. And if they wanted to figure out where an Instagram DM came from, they could figure it out.
And also Heather saying that she has 7 attorneys. Like, yeah, she's got a big company. That's not that
All
many
of this
attorneys.
tracks.
Like, yeah.
This all makes sense.
This is how business works, idiots.
You're going to fuck around and find out, Meredith.
God.
But that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope, I am good to go.
Well, remember, buy tickets to our live show January 25th, the Green Room 42 NYC, Times Square, the Big Apple, the Bros, and you. Please go buy your tickets.
Get them ticks.
Get them ticks, bruh. Links in the bio on the Instagram. Go check it out. Support the Bros, and we might be able to come to a city near you if you cannot. But you need to buy the tickets so we fill the show, so we can do more shows. BravBros shows.
BravBros shows you. Make it happen.
BravBros are out of here.
Bye.